Okay, let's talk about mission statements. You do need to have a mission statement within your proposal paper and for your nonprofit. So let's talk about what's good and what's bad. Okay, this does come from a website. You guys have a link to that website. I just created a PDF out of that website, so it would be a little bit easier for me to look at here. But you guys have the link to the website, so feel free to take a look. Again, I did not create this material. You can see that somebody else did. I'll make sure to credit that to him. Okay, so let's actually skip down to the first thing that I highlighted, which is the attributes of good and bad mission statements. So let's look at what good mission statements have and kind of contrast that with what bad mission statements have. Okay, so a good statement uses language your constituents use. And I find that to be really, really funny as I'm talking to a group of high school students because probably you don't often use the word constituents. So it's kind of funny that I'm telling you to use language that your constituents use when you, the constituent, would probably not use that language, okay? But basically, a constituent is your audience. Okay, and so it's saying a good statement, a good mission statement, uses language your constituents use, uses language that your audience would use. That's important because if your mission statement is full of a bunch of really, really high vocabulary, that's not going to be easily accessible to the average person. Okay, so you want to keep it really simple and understandable. Please don't use a thesaurus. You do not need to do that. Okay, keep it in plain speak. All right, keep it simple. All right, next one says, is emotionally stirring. I hope because you're doing a nonprofit that it is somewhat emotionally stirring just by nature because we should be feeling something as we are thinking about how to help other people. It should communicate the why, which we'll get to in a little while. Okay, this next one is really important. It should be concise. Okay, what that means is please don't be too wordy. I know sometimes high school students in particular think that the longer the sentence it is, the more professional they sound, or the more academic they sound. That is not necessarily the case, okay? It doesn't make you sound smarter to have a run-on sentence. It doesn't make you sound smarter to add a bunch of words in that you maybe don't know how to use properly, okay? It should be concise, which means it should be short and to the point, okay? And the next one says kind of that too. It should be a single powerful sentence. Notice single sentence, okay? Your mission statement should not be more than one sentence, all right? Literally keep it to one sentence. I can't emphasize that enough. This next one's kind of an interesting one. It should sound good spoken out loud. All right? Now that's kind of weird because we are doing digital learning right now, and when you are submitting this paper, it's a written document, right? But a mission statement should sound good spoken aloud. It shouldn't be difficult to say. Something that is easy to say out loud is much more memorable. Okay, and that's the next one. It should be memorable. Okay, I don't really know what they mean by surprises. I wouldn't really worry about that. I guess when they're just saying that as opposed to being dull. Okay, yeah, don't be dull. Excuse me. The next one is actionable. That's important, and we're going to get to that in just a second. And then the next one, it should be specific. Okay, don't just say the goal of our company is to help people. Okay, like who are you talking about? Be very, very specific. How are you going to help them? All right, so it should be specific. All right, we're going to skip down to this part that says the three pivotal elements of a great mission statement. These are the three components that you have to have in your mission statement, and I will be looking for them in your mission statement. Okay, the first one is your cause. Okay, who are you trying to benefit? Okay, what is your cause? Where is your cause? Okay, so if we're talking, maybe your cause is homeless women in LA. Okay, your mission statement should address that particular cause. Okay, and it should be specific. All right, so that's number one is your cause. Okay, number two is your action. Your mission statement should include very, very, very briefly what you do, okay? Again, don't go crazy. Don't give me a really, really long explanation because you can save that for your action plan portion of your proposal paper. But it should include what do you plan to do about it, Okay, so if you're talking about homeless women in LA, what do you plan to do about that? What do you plan to do to ease their burden? Okay, and then the third thing that has to be in your mission statement is your impact. Okay, what are you hoping to accomplish here? And yes, that does sound very similar to your action, but ultimately it's kind of like what do you want to see happen in the world as a result of your action? Okay, what is your result? So I drew an arrow that way, but really it should be kind of like the result there. Okay, it should be going the opposite direction. Okay, so let's take a look at a mission statement here. Let's go down to the one that says charity water. Okay. Charity Water, and that's actually the name of their company. That's not like a bunch of weird typos there. That's how they title their organization. Okay, so Charity Water, their mission statement is here. We're a nonprofit organization bringing clean, safe drinking water to people in developing countries. Okay, notice that we have a verdict here, meaning like we're going to decide whether this is good or not. The verdict is this happens to be a really great mission statement. It's simple, emotional, and contains all three elements. Okay, so this is a good example of a mission statement here. Let's look at how they broke it down. Okay, Charity Water. We're a nonprofit organization. That part, it says they describe it as fluff. It's really not that essential, but it's fine to have. It's not the end of the world. They could just say Charity Water aims to bring, okay, which by the way, bringing clean, safe drinking water, that is the action. They're planning to bring clean, safe drinking water, and that is their result. Okay, they want to see clean, safe drinking water to people in developing countries, and that is the who or the cause. Okay, so have they answered those three questions? Yeah. Who are they hoping to help? People in developing countries, right? How are they going to do that? By bringing clean, safe drinking water, and that is both their action and result. Okay, your action and result might be two like kind of different things, or it could be kind of combined like that, but it should be clear that both are addressed. Okay, I like this. There is a problem. There is hope. The nonprofit is the solution, okay? But only if you, the potential donor, help us out, okay? We're going to skip down to the last part here. 5 quick tests for your mission statement. Number 1, and this one, I know it sounds silly, but seriously, say it out loud. Okay, say your mission statement out loud. This alone tells you a lot about your statement. Is it easy to say? Does it roll off the tongue? Or are you bored before you even finish saying it? Okay. Number 2, memory. Tell a friend or employee your statement or have them read it out loud. That is a really, really good idea. Okay, because you probably are familiar with your mission statement, you know it, and so to you it probably rolls off the tongue. Have them read it out loud. Okay, talk about something unrelated for a minute, then ask them to tell you the statement again. If they can't get it close, you need to kind of make it a little bit more simple. You need to make it a little bit more powerful. Okay. Number 3, I don't want you to do this because of social distancing. All right, but it says find multiple people who don't know your cause and have them evaluate your statement. Again, don't do that unless you want to do it through video. Okay. And then I think the other two, I think you can just ignore it. These two are the ones that I really want you to focus on. Say it out loud and maybe tell one other person and then have them kind of think about something else for a second and then redo it again or try and tell you from memory. All right, so that is what I expect to see in your mission statement. In particular, I expect to see these 3 things, okay?